In this video, we're going to look at locating the doors and windows in the Ultimate Dorm Room. You'll need to get the exact measurements off of the reference drawing on the back page of your module handout, or just follow the steps in the module. But we're going to use offset to help us locate the center of the windows and doors. And I'm going to start with the kitchen. I'm going to use my offset command to offset the distance to the center 5 feet 5 inches. I want to offset the wall center line down. Now that is the center of the window. While I'm offsetting, I'm going to go ahead and locate the center of the door that's directly below that, and the distance for that is 7 feet 7. So I'll set my offset distance again to 7 feet 7. Offset that center line down. Now both the door and the window are 3 feet wide, so I need to offset the center line 1 foot 6 inches to both sides. So I'll set that to 1 foot 6, and then we'll offset that up 1 6, down 1 6. Same thing with the door. Now the center lines for the doors and windows will also be placed on a wall non-plot. These are going to be used as reference lines for dimensioning later. You can do a little cleanup now if you prefer. You can use your trim command, pick this one line and trim these lines out for now. We can go back to those and get them cleaned up and set up. We also have a door located over here, and then windows along the bottom. So let's locate this outside door. Same process. We'll do offset 7 feet. And then that center line has to be offset 1 foot 6 to each side. So we'll offset that line up and down, and then the center line can be moved to layer A wall non-plot. We can trim out the lines for now. I still have a lot more trimming to do, but this at least get us started for what we need. Okay, I can go ahead and trim out this door. So we'll trim those out. We have the windows in the bay window. This line is actually from the center line. So I'm going to draw a line from the center line out. Let's go midpoint. We'll offset that 1 foot 6 to each side. And then for windows, there is a line that is drawn from the midpoint of each side to the midpoint of the other side. There are 3 lines that make up each window, and these are placed on layer A glaze. And then you've got your center line here that will go to layer A wall non-plot. Okay. On your windows, we have to draw a short line that represents the brick. So I'm going to make layer A glaze current. A exterior current, and draw a couple of short lines for the brick. And then I'm going to trim that out. Okay. And that's how we're going to dress out or clean up the windows. We also have a window on the sides. Same process. I'm going to draw a line from the midpoint. Let me go ahead and activate midpoint. From the midpoint of this side, and it has to be perpendicular to the opposite side. So we want to do perpendicular to that point. Offset that line half of 1 foot 6, which is 15 inches. So 1 foot 6 is 30 inches. So we'll do offset 1 foot 15. We'll offset that line 15. Oops, miscalculated that. Our window is actually 18 inches. So I have to offset that 9 inches to each side. So let's try that again. Offset 9 inches. There we go. Draw the line across the midpoint of each side. And then we'll put the lines on the correct layer. The window itself should go on layer A glaze. And the center line will be moved to A wall non-plot. And then we have to draw 2 lines for the bricks. And these are drawn at 45 degrees. Let's make sure my polar is set up to 45. And then we can draw those in there and trim out the line. Now you can mirror this window down to the bottom part if you prefer to do that, so you don't have to redraw it twice. So I'm going to take and mirror all of these lines down across the midpoint of this wall. And then down here just do a little trimming, and you have that bottom window. Now there is another window and a couple of other doors that you have to locate, but I want to look at how do we address the doors. The doors, we are going to trim out the brick, but there's a 2-inch offset. So you need to start your line command, and you want to track up 2 inches and then draw a short line across, because the brick stops about 2 inches from the edge of the door. You've got your trim around the door. So we're going to track down 2 inches. Let me zoom in here and draw a temporary line. Trim out my brick line. And you've got the brick all trimmed out for the doors. Now there is overlap on the concrete. It is a 1-inch overlap. So I'm going to the layer A. We'll go to A floor. We'll just set it to A wall for now. And start the line command. And this is a 1-inch offset. So I want to track down 1 inch, go out 1 inch, and I want to go up 38 inches, or 3 feet 2, and back over. Because when they pour the concrete floor, it's going to go over the stem wall here and overhang about 1 inch. So you've got to do that to both door openings once you get those all cut in. Okay, so I've got to clean up my brick here. So I'm going to go up 1 inch, go out 1, go down 38 inches, 3 feet 2, and back over. Now to draw the brick line, we can set that layer current, track down 2 inches, and draw it. So you can see here there's a lot of offsetting that you're going to be doing, and a lot of tracking to get these objects in place. I've went through this fairly quickly, but your handout explains these steps a little more in detail. So that gives us our outside doors and windows. I still have a few that I have to clean up. You've got a 4-foot door on both closets. Here we have a 5-foot wide case opening. A case opening is just an opening with no door. Now your bathroom, you need to check the door size on that because it's 2 foot 8 inches. It is not a traditional 3-foot door. It is a little smaller. But the process of drawing those openings is the same. I want to go back to the layer A wall, use my offset command, and I want to set the distance to 5 feet 10 inches. Offset that line up. That's the center of the bathroom door. The center of the case opening is 6 feet 7 inches from there. So we'll do 6 feet 7. And that's the center of the case opening. We'll do the case opening first. So I'm going to set my offset distance to 2 feet 6 inches. Since the opening is 5 feet wide. The bathroom door is 2 feet 8 inches. So I'm going to set that distance to 1 foot 4, half the door width. Offset that to each side. Then I'm going to do some cleanup with the trim command. So I can trim that opening out. Do that. And then repeat the process up here. So we'll trim out the opening. And then those center lines, like I said, we're going to put those on layer A-Wall non-plot. And that's how you would draw your doors and windows. Now we're not done. There's still a few more to draw, but I'll let you draw those on your own.